Listening test instructions. The listening test is about 50 minutes. There are 6 parts in listening test. You will have about 6 minutes to listen to each passage and answer the questions. The passage will be played once.
Hey, you look concerned. What's on your mind?
The final exam. I'm not fully prepared yet.
Well, don't worry too much. You still have 3 days.
Yeah, but 3 days will fly past in a wink.
Well, you still have time to cram things in your brain anyway.
Question 1. Why is the man looked worried?
You will hear a conversation in 3 sections. You will hear each section only once. After each section, you will hear 2 or 3 questions. You will hear the questions only once. Choose the best answer to each question.
Hi, Alex. It's good to see you today. How have you been?
Hey, Jordan, I've been good, but I need to talk to you about something. I've been really struggling to stick to my workout schedule lately.
I understand. Life can get busy, and it's tough to juggle everything. Can you tell me more about what's been getting in the way of your workouts?
Well, my work hours have become unpredictable, and on top of that, I've got family obligations that I can't always plan around. When I do find the time, I feel too exhausted to do a full session, and that makes me feel like I'm just falling behind.
That sounds frustrating. It's important that you don't feel overwhelmed or that you're falling off track. We need to make a plan that fits your lifestyle and energy levels. Have you thought about adjusting the length or structure of your workouts to make them more manageable?
I have, but I'm not sure where to start. I don't want to lose the progress I've made, but I'm not sure how to stay motivated or consistent with such a packed schedule.
That's a valid concern. We can definitely work together to create a flexible plan that allows for shorter but still effective workouts. Plus, focusing on how to stay motivated is key. Let's take a look at your week and see what we can optimize.
What is the main reason Alex feels frustrated about her workout routine? Why does the client want to avoid adjusting her workout routine? How does the client view her progress in relation to her workout routine?
You will hear the second section of the conversation shortly.
Now, Alex, let's break down your week and identify the windows of time you do have. For example, are there specific days when you're more likely to be home or have an hour or so to spare?
Honestly, Wednesdays and weekends are usually less hectic, But even then, I don't always have the energy for a long workout. Maybe 30 minutes is more realistic?
Perfect! We can definitely tailor your sessions to 30-minute high-intensity workouts. It's a great way to maximize your time and energy. With your current schedule, we can make Wednesdays a cardio and strength training mix, and weekends can be reserved for lighter, recovery-focused exercises.
That could work. But what if I need more flexibility on those days? Sometimes things come up, and I can't get to the gym.
Absolutely! Flexibility is essential. We can add bodyweight exercises that you can do at home or at a park. These can be short, effective, and adapted to fit your day. The goal is to keep moving without feeling the pressure to commit to an hour-long session every time.
That actually sounds more doable. What about motivation? I sometimes find myself skipping out because I'm too tired or just don't feel up to it.
That's where mindset comes into play. We can set small, achievable goals that make it easier to get started. For instance, you could aim for at least 15 minutes of movement. Even if you can't finish a full 30-minute workout, it's still progress. Plus, starting small often helps build momentum.
What does the trainer imply when mentioning small, achievable goals? What can be inferred about the client's attitude toward working out? Why does the trainer mention bodyweight exercises?
You will hear the third section of the conversation shortly.
That makes sense. Starting small could help me overcome that initial resistance, but I think I'll need some accountability to keep going.
Definitely. Accountability is a game changer. How about we set up a quick check-in on Mondays and Fridays? That way, I can see how you're doing and we can adjust your plan if needed.
I like that idea. Having someone check in on me will make me more committed. But what if I can't make it to a session for whatever reason?
Good question. We can incorporate a backup plan. I'll send you a quick 15-minute workout video you can do at home. If you can't make it to the gym, you'll have an option that's still productive. And I'll keep reminding you through messages to stay on track.
I appreciate that, Jordan. It feels better knowing I have support even when life gets unpredictable. I think these adjustments will make it a lot easier to fit fitness into my routine.
Exactly, Alex. It's all about finding what works for you. Remember, the most important part is showing up, even if it's just for a short time. We're in this together, and I'm here to help you stay consistent no matter what challenges come up.
Thanks so much, Jordan. This feels a lot more manageable now. Let's do this.
What is the client's main concern before agreeing to the check-in sessions? Why does the client express appreciation for the trainer's plan?
You will hear a conversation followed by 5 questions. Listen to each question. You will hear the question only once. Choose the best answer to each question.
Morning, Maria. How are we doing today? Everything prepped and ready for the lunch rush?
Good morning, Chef. Yes, I've double-checked everything. The ingredients are fresh, the mise en place is all set, and the prep station's in order. The only thing we need to keep an eye on is the fish fillets. They need to be cooked just right.
Great job. Did you remember to marinate the chicken for the special today?
Yes, I did. It's been marinating for a good 12 hours now. I checked the flavor this morning, and it's perfect. The lemon, rosemary, and garlic infusion has seeped in beautifully.
Excellent. That's exactly what we need. Now, how about the soup? Is the tomato basil ready for service?
Absolutely. It's been simmering since early morning, and the flavor's rich and deep. I just added a touch of cream for a smoother texture. Taste tested it too. It's good to go.
Wonderful. I've been hearing some positive feedback from customers about it. Now, let's talk about the new dessert, the chocolate hazelnut tart. How are we doing there?
The tarts are cooling on the rack now. The pastry was a bit tricky. It's crucial that the dough doesn't get too wet, but I've kept an eye on it, and I think they're perfect. The ganache has set well, and I sprinkled the top with crushed hazelnuts and a touch of sea salt for a nice contrast.
Well done, Maria. It sounds like everything's coming together smoothly. By the way, have you noticed any issues with the team? Any miscommunications or equipment problems?
The team's been great so far, but there was a minor hiccup earlier when Sam dropped a plate of garnishes. It was nothing serious, just a small spill. He managed to clean it up quickly and get back to work.
Good to hear. Accidents like that happen, but it's all about how you handle them. Let him know I appreciate his quick thinking.
I will, Chef. Oh, and speaking of the team, there's also a new intern, Alex. He's a bit inexperienced, but seems eager to learn. I've been showing him the basics and helping him get accustomed to the kitchen flow.
That's great. Keep an eye on him, but don't hesitate to push him a bit more as he grows more comfortable. We need all hands on deck for the rush.
Understood. We're ready for the lunch crowd. I'll check in with the team again right before we start.
Perfect. Let's keep it steady and maintain our standards. Lunch is on.
You got it, Chef. Let's make today another successful service.
What can be inferred about the sous chef's approach to her work? Why does the chef suggest pushing the new intern, Alex, more? What does the sauce chef imply about the incident with Sam dropping the plate? What is implied by the chef's question about the fish fillets? What can be inferred about the sous chef's view on customer feedback?
You will hear a conversation followed by 6 questions. Listen to each question. You will hear the question only once. Choose the best answer to each question.
Hi, I'm so excited to meet with you today. I've been thinking a lot about the wedding theme and I have a few ideas, but I need help narrowing them down.
I'm excited too. I'd love to hear your ideas. What do you have in mind?
Well, I'm torn between a rustic and a more modern, minimalist theme. I love the idea of a rustic with lots of greenery, fairy lights, and wood elements. But I also love clean lines, neutral colors, and simple elegance.
Both are wonderful choices. If you're leaning towards rustic, we could create a charming atmosphere with lots of natural elements, maybe even incorporating wooden tables and farm chairs. For a modern feel, we could focus on sleek decor with geometric shapes, minimal floral arrangements, and a monochromatic color scheme.
Oh, I love the sound of the wood and greenery for the rustic theme. Maybe we could combine the two? Have rustic elements in the ceremony and reception areas, but for the dinner, keep it more modern?
That's a fantastic idea. A hybrid style could work perfectly. You could have a more relaxed, earthy vibe for the ceremony, with wooden archways, wildflowers, and a natural aisle runner. Then, for the reception, switch to something more chic. Maybe a minimalist white and gold color palette with some modern touches, like acrylic chairs or sleek centerpieces.
Yes, that sounds amazing. And what about the flowers? I've seen some bouquets with a mix of wildflowers, but I'm not sure if that's too much for the modern part of the wedding.
We could do a blend. For the ceremony, a more wildflower-inspired bouquet would look beautiful with the rustic theme. But for the reception, we could choose elegant blooms like white roses or orchids arranged in clean, symmetrical designs to complement the modern aesthetic.
That's exactly what I had in mind. I also love the idea of a few personal touches, like custom signage or unique table numbers. Do you think that would work with both themes?
Absolutely. Custom signage can be very versatile. For the rustic part, we could go for wooden signs with handwritten calligraphy. For the modern section, we could use sleek, minimalist signs with metallic accents or clear acrylic. It would tie everything together beautifully. I'm so happy with all these ideas. I feel like this combination will give us the perfect mix of cozy charm and sophistication.
I'm glad you like it. I'm sure this blend of styles will be stunning. We'll make sure everything flows seamlessly.
What does the event planner suggest as an alternative to wildflowers for the modern reception? What type of seating does the event planner propose for the rustic part of the wedding? Which of the following is the bride's main concern regarding custom signage? What detail does the event planner suggest to complement the modern part of the wedding? Why does the bride say she is happy with the proposed combination of themes? Why does the bride want to incorporate custom signage into the wedding?
You will hear a news item once. It is about 1.5 minutes long. Then 5 questions will appear. Choose the best way to complete each statement from the drop-down menu.
In a groundbreaking development that promises to revolutionize the field of renewable energy, scientists have announced the successful creation of a highly efficient, flexible solar panel that harnesses sunlight more effectively than traditional models. Researchers at the Institute for Advanced Energy Solutions have utilized an innovative blend of perovskite materials and advanced nanotechnology to enhance light absorption and energy conversion. Unlike conventional silicon-based panels, these new panels can be manufactured at a fraction of the cost and are lightweight, making them ideal for applications where space and weight are critical, such as on portable devices and in urban architecture. The technology also boasts an impressive adaptability, able to maintain high efficiency even under overcast conditions or low-light environments. The team's breakthrough came from a unique method of incorporating quantum dots into the perovskite layer, which optimizes the absorption of various light wavelengths and maximizes output. This new approach could drastically change how solar power is integrated into everyday life, potentially replacing outdated energy systems and contributing to a significant reduction in carbon emissions. As the prototype enters the next phase of testing, experts are optimistic that mass production could commence within a few years, offering a greener and more sustainable solution to global energy needs. This discovery not only paves the way for more affordable and adaptable renewable energy solutions, but also reaffirms the potential of interdisciplinary collaboration in solving one of the world's most pressing issues: climate change. If the technology lives up to expectations, it could play a key role in reshaping energy infrastructures and accelerating the shift toward a cleaner, more sustainable future.
You will listen to a 2 minutes video. Then 8 questions appear. Choose the best way to answer each question.
Alright team, let's get started with the progress update. We've been working on the new software feature for a few weeks now, and I wanted to see where we are with the development and how we're tackling the technical challenges. Noah, do you want to kick things off?
Sure, Emma. So far, the front end is almost complete, but we've hit a snag with the API integration. The response times are much slower than expected, and we're struggling with the way the data is being processed. I've been testing different methods, but nothing seems to bring the performance up to the level we need.
I've noticed that too. The slow response times are affecting the user experience, especially during peak usage. We really need to address that before we can move forward. I've been reviewing the code and wondering if there might be an issue with how the requests are being batched. It could be adding unnecessary delays.
That's a good point, Olivia. Could there be an issue with how we're handling the data from the server? Maybe we need to optimize that part of the code. Noah, what's your take on this? Do you think restructuring the way the requests are processed could help?
Definitely. If we could reduce the number of simultaneous requests being sent and optimize how the data is cached, it could help with the load times. I think implementing some kind of throttling mechanism could also help prevent the system from getting overwhelmed. But it might require some changes to the backend as well.
I agree. If we tweak how the data is structured on the server side, we could reduce unnecessary processing. I can look into the data models and see if there's any redundancy that's contributing to the slowness. But we'll need to coordinate with the backend team to make sure we're all aligned.
That makes sense. Let's also make sure we're not missing any opportunities to leverage caching. If we can store more data locally for a short period of time, it could dramatically improve the speed. I'll talk to the backend team to see if we can push those optimizations through. How are we on the bug fixing front? Olivia, any issues there?
We're getting a few minor bugs from the user input forms, mostly related to validation. I think it's just a matter of making sure that all fields are being correctly validated before the data is submitted. It's not a big issue, but it could potentially confuse users if it's not addressed. I'll fix those bugs this week.
Good to hear. As for the front end, I've been improving the responsiveness on mobile devices, but I'm finding some inconsistencies with the layout on smaller screens. I'll need to go over the CSS to clean that up. It's nothing major, but it'll definitely help smooth out the experience.
Perfect. It sounds like we have a clear path forward. Let's prioritize optimizing the API response times and cache implementation first. Then we can tackle the front-end issues. Olivia, Noah, let's sync up tomorrow to check on your progress and ensure we're all on track.
Sounds good to me.
Agreed. Let's get it done.
Great. Thanks everyone. I think we're on the right track. Let's keep pushing and make sure we have a solid update by the end of the week.
You will hear a report once. It is about 3 minutes long. Then 6 questions will appear. Choose the best way to answer each question from the drop-down menu.
World hunger remains one of the most pressing global challenges affecting millions of people across continents despite advances in technology, agriculture, and global trade. It is a complex issue influenced by factors such as poverty, inequality, political instability, and climate change. Many people in developing nations lack access to sufficient food, clean water, and basic health care, perpetuating a cycle of malnutrition and poor health. In addition, conflicts in regions like sub-Saharan Africa and the Middle East often disrupt food supplies and displace communities, exacerbating hunger crises. Climate change further worsens the situation, causing extreme weather events that destroy crops, reduce arable land, and threaten livelihoods. While international organizations and governments have launched numerous initiatives to combat hunger, such as the United Nations Zero Hunger Goal, progress remains slow due to inadequate funding, mismanagement, and systemic inefficiencies. Additionally, food waste in wealthier countries highlights the stark contrast between abundance and scarcity, with millions of tons of edible food discarded while others starve. Addressing world hunger requires a multifaceted approach that combines short-term relief measures like food aid with long-term strategies to improve agricultural productivity, create economic opportunities, and strengthen social safety nets in vulnerable regions. Education, particularly for women and girls, is also a powerful tool in breaking the cycle of hunger, as it equips communities to make informed decisions about nutrition, farming, and family planning. Equally important is fostering international cooperation to address underlying causes such as unfair practices and exploitative labor conditions that often leave producers impoverished. While the challenge is monumental, small-scale successes in community-driven agricultural projects, innovations in sustainable farming, and the growing global awareness of food inequality offer hope. By prioritizing hunger eradication as a shared responsibility, the world can move closer to achieving a future where no one goes to bed hungry.